I was always pushing myself not to dream big because, with everything that's happening, you start getting the limiting beliefs and you cannot do it, etc. But I would say if we all dream big, if we plan smart, because the problem is you cannot imagine, Farah, how many people think that they are planning, but they do not plan. They don't. When they tell me the planning is here, that's not a plan. These are thoughts, ideas, brainstorming. The plan is a written plan. And then again, work hard because nothing is going to happen by chance, by coincidence. We have to.
I'm Farah Shamas. Welcome to Hotel Talk. We hope you enjoy listening to this friendly conversation between people connected by real life in hotels. Welcome, everyone. I'm really happy today to have quite a business and a surprising twist to this podcast. You'll see as we get into it. I'm here with a fellow Lebanese who's living in Cyprus, which is always great to have Lebanese on this show. I love it. Jade Dagher, the founder and CEO of Expanse Strategies and a father of 4 and so much more. So Jade, welcome.
Thank you. Thank you very much. It's a real pleasure and honor to be here.
And my pleasure. So Jade and I met, actually we spoke first on the phone, didn't we? When you first moved to Cyprus, you found me, I don't know how, and then you asked me to speak at the BLIS summit that was supposed to happen in Cyprus. It didn't because of the invasion in Lebanon. And then we went to Romania. You invited me as a speaker, as a keynote speaker to Romania, which was amazing. So again, there's always hotels connected.
Definitely. Yeah. And your speech was amazing. And it was really a very, very nice experience.
Thank you.
A lot to come on this subject soon.
Yes, exactly. So we were just saying before the podcast started, so it's Jade, everyone, in Arabic, but Jade, he spells it with an E at the end. So everyone, who's not Lebanese, calls him Jade, which is amazing. And so tell us the story live. How did Jade become Jade?
It all started, I was at school. I opened a dictionary by chance and I saw my name, Jade. I was like, Jade in French, it's Pierre Précieux. It's a precious stone. And I was like, okay.
I like that.
I am a precious stone, So, and since then, I started writing it with an E, and it gave me a lot of problems because when you do your, for example, the passport, everything comes as regular JAD, and there's no reference to change it.
Yeah.
So because in Arabic there's no E, and so it gave me a big pain to keep changing the passport, the credit cards.
So, but it's officially then
now it's
with
official.
an E.
Yes.
Wow, you managed.
Yes. I changed it in all the papers, and technically now it's. But it was still
That
Jade.
is determination. Yeah. My Lebanese passport has my birthday incorrect. Can you imagine?
Wow.
Because someone at one stage when they were renewing it, in Arabic, the 2 and the 3 are very similar. So they put a 2 instead of the 3. It's hilarious. So I've got like an incorrect birthday. And whenever I tell them, they're like, oh, it's okay. Mafi mashka.
But you can have different birthdays.
Yeah, it's all good. So Jade, tell us a bit about your journey.
Okay. I don't know where to start exactly.
I know.
But,
well, let's start the journey. I mean, you're Lebanese and like growing up a bit, and what brought you to Cyprus?
In a nutshell, I was always fighting against going out of the country in each and every presentation or speech or event. I was always starting like, okay, no complaining.
Yeah.
No, I would say theories and whatever, and no getting out of the country. So if we agree on these 3, let's start talking. But, over the time, my family grew quite enough, and I had much more responsibilities, and the situation was not helping at all. No need to dig into details. Everybody knows the stories that are happening, unfortunately. So you reach a point where you say, okay, change of priorities. So initially, I started coming to Cyprus in 2016. I always had a hook for Cyprus, something I like about it, but I don't know what, because I was coming always as a visitor. In 2020, I established a business here because of the banking issues. So I just wanted a setup to be able to invoice but I had no plan to be here. Surprisingly, I don't know if you believe in science, but the papers of the company were issued on 4 of August 2020,
Wow.
which was the exactly same date as the big explosion. And, from whatever that happened in 2019 as a crisis, 2020 as the COVID, then you get hit by the explosion, then 2021. So everything was like collapsing so fast. And it was really a big struggle from 2019 till 2021. We've never seen so much struggles. And every time we would come up with a solution, business-wise, something happens and then it deteriorates. Until in 2020, many things happened. My sister was getting married. We couldn't get water because of the situation. My son had his birthday. I ordered the cake. They would not deliver it. I could not go get it because there was no fuel. You start reaching a point where it's so bad that even the super basic things that you need to just to live. I spent a couple of days with my car just parked on the street because it ran out of fuel. And every time I would spend 2 to 3 hours waiting in the queue to get the fuel. And then they tell me, you know what, we just closed. And so such things were accumulating. Then no more internet, no more. And I was like, you know what?
Yeah, I'm done.
I'm getting out. I don't know where. When we came here, we came as a spot until we decide where to go. And then, so were options. Okay, we're also French. So the first option in my mind was to go to France. The second option was to go to Dubai for the business. The third option, so we were just considering the options. And then we were like, you know what?
Yeah, we like it.
We like it. So, and so far.
And it was obviously Nicosia because of the French school.
Exactly. Our first aim was to be in Limassol. My company was established in Limassol. But I was trying to reduce the changes.
Same as my cousin, yeah. The same. A lot of Lebanese, they went to Nicosia. How do you find, I mean, okay, Nicosia for a lot of people who are used to Beirut as well is ideal. But how do you find Nicosia? Tell us.
I love Nicosia.
You love it, huh?
I love Nicosia. Surprisingly, because when you say Cyprus, most of the people think of Limassol first. Many Lebanese, they think of Larnaca because it's next to the airport. I don't know. So everyone has a different taste. For me, all of them are nice. Like every single place on this island is really charming. I can name you a lot of places where every time I go, I was like thinking of Omodos, thinking of Picardu, thinking of Pano Kalaiotis, thinking like every single place is like wow. But Nicosia for me, besides the school, for those who don't live there, they don't know what we're speaking about. As a visitor, you don't see it interesting. But if you live there, and especially like if you decide on this specific neighborhood where you like it, it has a lot to offer. It's really nice. But still, every single other area of Cyprus is really nice. But for me, I found there's a very nice blend of culture versus modern life. And you can spot that in the Eleftheria Square. So you can see the old town here, the new town there, the mix, there's a lot, but it's still, in my opinion, underrated.
Yeah. Oh, that's so nice to hear.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I mean, for us in Limassol, we're like, oof.
Yes, I don't know any person in Limassol. When I tell them Nicosia, is like, Nicosia?
Yeah. We're like, so like,
it's another world.
I know. We feel like we need to produce our passport just to get in. Okay, so tell us about Expand strategies, because I know from BLIS, when we went, that was an amazing conference on insurance and life insurance. And I learned so much. I was laughing. I was the only person not in that industry. But yeah, you started in that and now you've moved on. So tell us a little about that journey, about life insurance and then Expand strategies.
Sure. Expand strategies started in like 23 years ago. I used to be, before that, working in a bank. I rotated in the bank. I used to be a credit officer, risk officer, and so on. We used to prepare business plans for the small to medium enterprises to get funded. My background is in banking and finance, and I was always triggered by planning, so I used to get the best grades in the projects and the business plans and so on. So the concept of planning for me is always like, if you tell me what do you do in one word, I tell you planning. Okay, so it's all about planning. It's about planning your business. It's about planning your future. It's about planning your life in general. Everything you do, any goal you want to reach, it needs a plan.
Which do you think that also stemmed from your start in life insurance?
No,
Because
by the
it's
way,
like that.
I have nothing to do with life insurance.
Ever? I thought you had at one stage.
But 23,
Not now,
20, not
but
now, like
yes,
27
that's
years
what I
ago.
mean. Yeah,
Yes, yes,
So
yes.
when you were, it also, because that is about planning. So then when you
Yes,
marry
yes,
that with
yes.
business, that's what I mean. Then it led you down that path as well of being a planner.
Definitely.
Yeah.
The path with the life, I will tell you about it.
Mm.
It has to do with Naji. So
Yeah.
we will talk about this later. We met like 20 something years ago in the same place. Then the same agency became my client at Expand. And then, but we were always working in parallel. I do the business planning, he does the life planning, and so on. And we were always complaining that people do not plan, and
Yeah.
so he established his business, Legacy Builders. He was my client. I was his client in the life insurance. But we were always like, working together, collaborating together. And we established, I will tell you a little bit about BLIS in a few minutes. So, but Expand, in one word, does planning. It helps companies to start a business, to expand the business, and ultimately to plan for the succession planning. So it's like to start it, grow it, and then exit. Now, exit to retire, or exit to give it to the children, or exit to just make.
Sell it.
It depends on the case and on the personal preference. So we've been doing that in 15 countries in the region. We're a small boutique, but I don't like to call it consulting. It is technically, but because we do the implementation. So we just put the strategy and implement the strategy, and we're accountable for the results and the management. And so it's a different model.
Yeah. You're not just there to give some advice and then step back.
Exactly.
You're really there to work next to your clients to make sure they get the results.
100%. And this, like, one of my clients is BLIS. Okay. So this is where I met with Naji, with Legacy Builders. We established the company, we grew it. And then we established BLIS because we used to attend conferences and events all over the globe. The best one we did in 2006 was with Anthony Robbins, the Firewalk. It was in London. It was really like a life-changing event for us. And one time Naji told me, Jade, why do I have to go to the whole globe to attend workshops and so? Why don't we bring these people, international speakers, to the region, to Lebanon, tell them, you know what? Why not? Over a coffee,
Over a coffee. I love it. I love this doers. Like, no procrastination.
Exactly.
Like, just let's go out there and do it.
You can't imagine, Farah, the day. I don't know how much the life insurance and the insurance businesses. So when we went to the companies, they compete not only on a company level, they compete within the same agency, within the same office, because it's a very competitive environment. So when we told them, you have to come all together and be under one roof to learn together, they were like, what? Seriously? Are you guys crazy? What are you doing? We did it that back in 2018. And it started growing from one year to another, despite, I cannot tell you every year, the quantity of challenges in the country, in the region, the wars, the crisis, the Beirut blast, etc. And every single year, it was a super amazing success. The only one time, to be fair, that we couldn't do it was the one that was planned for Cyprus in 2024, unfortunately. But
I mean, that was out of your control
exactly.
completely.
It was much bigger than us, due to what happened and due to the.
Even if you did it, and even if some people attended, no one had any
The timing was
appetite for it.
Exactly. Everybody was like super.
No, I don't know. I mean, I think all of us. I don't know. the tears we cried that month were just another level.
Unbelievable. But the good news is we did it in last month when we saw you in Romania.
Yeah, it's already 2 months ago, isn't it? Or no?
1 month.
Is it 1 month?
Yes.
It feels for me. It feels like
it was
2, 3
5,
months
6
ago.
April in Romania.
Wow, yeah.
I don't need to tell you how nice it was.
It was fantastic. It was okay. And then I have to share this story with everyone. I'm still like between laughing and my gut goes like this. So we arrive in Romania, okay, for this conference. Everyone had obviously arrived maybe an hour or two before us. And Jade and I came down to the lobby at the same time. I think we'd said to them, we'll meet you there, or they told us we're at the restaurant. And we went to order a taxi. And Jade's like, oh, it's going to be half an hour from the app. I said, well, how far is it to walk? And he goes, oh, I think about 25 minutes. So I said, well, it's quicker to walk than wait for the taxi. Do you want to walk? Yes. Do you want to walk? We've both been on planes, Yeah, let's just walk. So we left. And the reception saw us. They didn't say anything.
No.
So we leave the hotel with our coats and, we're walking in Romania. And it's around 9 at night, was it? Something like that.
Yeah, plus or minus.
Yeah. So we're walking and, along the road. And we're in Brasov, so not like a built-up town. And there's forests and everything. And then we're walking kind of along the paths, more into a forest. And then we kind of end up on this dirt track thing. We're both getting our torches out and we're like, what? Google Maps is telling us to walk up this area. And thank goodness we were like, no, there's something wrong. And I was like, no, I don't want to get my shoes dirty. Anyway, so we walked back to the main road and and then we were picked up. So yeah, that was fine. And then we were like, okay. And the next day, so we went to the dinner, everything fine. And the next day, everyone was talking about this text message that they all got. And we're like, what text message? And the shock when they got to the hotel and the text and the text and the text. And they were like, yeah, we all got a text message with a bear warning saying, don't leave the hotel and definitely don't walk around because there are bears that have been spotted. And we looked at each other and we were like, we were there with the trees amongst us with flashlights.
It could have been the last experience.
Oh my goodness, the bliss, the not so bliss. Anyway, so that was Romania for us. But yeah.
But there are very great news about BLIS by itself. BLIS now, so after the last event, we announced the BLIS Global Initiative.
Amazing.
And now BLIS is not about only insurance anymore. BLIS now is about business, life, investment solutions.
Okay.
Now it's not a project anymore. It used to be a project as a CSR project. So now it's about 3 pillars. It's a new entity established in Cyprus. Now it's under construction, like within a couple of weeks, it will be ready. And it's going to be targeting 10 industries related to financial and business planning.
Yeah.
And it's going to cover 25 countries. And so technically, it's going to be raising the awareness and the knowledge for the public about the importance of financial and business planning. And it's going to be raising the standard and collaboration for the experts. So it's going to be
amazing.
A big thing.
Already. But you know what? The BLIS, I mean, in Romania, and I was lucky to be there. Okay, I gave my keynote, but I was there for 2 days. I listened so much. I was so inspired. Yeah. I learned so much. Yeah. And it wasn't just life insurance, even that. Exactly. It was a lot of motivational. It was a lot of practical financial advice, ideas. And I definitely came away like better for it.
Exactly. You know, every year we prepare for BLIS and we are behind every single detail. But when we go there, we just forget that we are behind it and we just float and learn and take notes and so on.
It was amazing.
And as of now, so it's going to be like a really super nice experience. And we're going to have 5 different services. It will be like and now we're technically partners in it. Okay. So we're not just the project manager anymore.
All right.
So
and where can people find out more information about this if they want to attend?
BLIS-global.com.
Okay.
But you will know a lot because there will be a huge campaign about it. It will be really very interesting.
I'm sure. And where will your events be?
Okay, scoop. The first event because it's not gonna be only event. Yeah. It's gonna be the BLIS retreat, the BLIS roadshow. It's gonna be the BLIS campaign. It's gonna be So the BLIS Experience, and so it's gonna be like happening in 13 to 14 countries every single year. So it's gonna be always on the move from one country to another.
So it'll be all over, and mainly in Europe and the Middle East.
5 different continents. So it's gonna be the Gulf, Europe, Africa, Middle East, Asia. It's gonna be all over. On the website you can see the countries and why these countries, because technically the penetration rate in those countries when it comes to planning is super low. The average is 1.35%, which is technically nothing. And so our aim is to contribute to increasing that penetration rate when it comes to, we have 3 main targets. 1, to increase the financial planning penetration rate. 2, is to decrease unemployment, which is significant in some parts of the region, and increase the most important part, and my role is to increase the SME rate from 90% to 95%, because the SMEs, the small to medium enterprises, are the backbone of the economy. And the more you support them and you give them access to funding, the more they will do better and they will employ more people, and we kill the unemployment. So that's the strategy. And we're going to have huge partners. You will know a lot about them, like on daily basis.
I have no doubt
it's a big initiative. It's a super big initiative. And the collaborators, we're talking about governments, chamber of commerces, we're talking about top multinational companies, we're talking about industries from the banking to insurance to real estate, private banking, wealth management, funds. So we're talking about universities, talking about all of those are available on the website. But in one word, we're creating an ecosystem, because this is what we need. We need an ecosystem to stop the financial sales of transactions. So now everyone is selling something. It's about time to flip things around and give them the awareness and the knowledge, and then they will create the demand and know what to do, and then so we just flip things. So it's a big mission. Of course, it's gonna take a lot of time, but we're so excited about it.
I am. Amazing.
Yes.
My goodness. I wish you all the best, but I know you don't need that wish, because I'm sure it's going to be.
Yes. And the scoop is the first event, the retreat, is going to happen in Cyprus.
Wow.
In October.
Okay.
And most probably in one of the best hotels in Limassol.
Okay.
Guess where?
Okay. And we're back to hotel talk. You heard it here. I wonder which hotel that could be. Yay. Okay, so I could talk for ages on so many of these things. But to hear more on business, you can join Forest Club, where Jade has an amazing masterclass on the platform about his tips for all businesses and planning. I want to get and dive into your personal journey with your faith. I really want you to share the story with all our listeners, with what you told me that is so moving. If you would honor us with this story. I need a warning here to everyone. Just sit still, listen, enjoy, and prepare to be shocked.
Okay. I'm going to go as fast as possible, because this could take forever. My journey with faith was, it's a journey. It started when I was at school. After I discovered my name was in the dictionary, I was always questioning the school. I was in a Christian school, and I was always questioning the teachers. Okay, why do I have to be in this religion, disregarding what it is? But if I'm born like that, so if I'm born Christian, I have to be Christian. If I'm born Muslim, I have to be Muslim. And if I'm born, so what's convinced me that I have to be in this particular religion? Not just because I was born. So, and the answers were always not convincing. Let's put it this way. And this, started creating more doubts for me. And I started researching a lot, and I started doubting a lot, and I started saying, okay, there is no God, there is nature, God is nature. And one thing led to another, where I started creating my own thoughts, my own belief system.
Your own philosophy,
my philosophies and whatever it is. And, but, there was always something inside guiding me, but I don't know what it is. Sometimes you feel something, just like when we were facing the bear and it's like something pushes you to do or not to do something, but you don't understand. Later on you say, okay, thank God I didn't do that. But now I know what it is, but I will leave that at the end of the story. There was always a guiding force, but I was not understanding. I was always fighting with God, always questioning God, always doubting him. Then I was like more comfortable until I faced a lot of things in my life where I've been into very tough situations. I'm not gonna disclose them all now, but I've been into a lot of medical issues, a lot of losing very dear people from my life. I've seen the worst of you can ever imagine in any life. And if I just go into those, you will tell me, how are you still operating? Like, how is your brain still functioning? And all of those happened in very surprising times, out of nowhere, losing very dear people. And, you feel like you're just out there in the desert with no water, no food, like you feel you're just disconnected, and it's as if God is challenging you. These were my thoughts. And I started, fighting with him, and I started going against the path. And it was a really black area of my life, which I don't like, but it wasn't in my hands. And I've done nothing wrong to deserve that. And this is where you start questioning God. And the worst question for anybody listening, the worst question is when you ask yourself or God, why? That's the worst question. When you just start this process of asking, why me? Why now? What did I, this is the worst path you can ever go. Now, I would understand and respect that question because I've been there. To make it worse, and now let's start with the
with the real examples.
Back in 2018, my wife got pregnant, and surprisingly enough, we went to the gynecologist, and she's like, I was like, twins. What? 2 months? She's like, no, you have twins. I was like, what? Twins? And I already had 2 children. So I was like, we're gonna have four kids. It's we were not prepared for that. So the first person I called was Naji. I was like, Naji, please upgrade my plans.
I need more life insurance.
So I upgraded. The first visit I've done was to Naji to upgrade my life insurance and so on. And then Nadine was going to deliver the twins. A lot of small things happened, but just to skip the story. So we had to renew our insurance ahead of time, although I never do that. We went to the hospital. There was no place to deliver. The kids were having trouble with the oxygen and so on. So they were like, you have to deliver now. We were not ready. No place in the hospital. We went to another hospital. That other hospital was not covered by insurance. The CMC. So it's not covered by the regular insurance. So we were like, okay, but we still have to do it anyway. We went there.
Yeah, you don't have a choice. I mean, the babies need to come out. Yeah.
So bottom line, she delivered the twins. Everybody is happy, and then she started feeling some problems, low oxygen level. They were like, no problem, Jade, just a couple of hours. She'll be fine. We're just going to inject some oxygen. Then, sorry, Jade, but she has to go a couple of hours to the ICU just to give her more boost of oxygen. It's normal. The next thing was like, don't worry, Jade, it's just a couple of days. It's like, okay, what's happening? The next thing is like, but don't worry, it's okay. We're not going to intubate her. It's just, some oxygen push and so on. Then the next thing is like, sorry, Jade, but, we're going to intubate her. And for me, it was like intubating. Okay. I didn't know what that means.
It meant, yeah.
The next thing was she got intubated. So it's an induced coma. They put her to sleep, and she got a severe pneumonia. And so if you look at the X-ray, there was all white. You don't see any rib, anything. She attracted a virus. It's a vicious circle, whether she attracted it from the hospital or she was already sick, so the immunity system was like, well, we don't know, we don't care. We just wanted the end result. The problem was that they could never wake her up. So every time they would wake her up, she was just not responding and going into crisis, and then they would induce her again. And we went into a vicious circle, and she went into phases where there was not enough oxygen to her brain. So, and then at one point, I still remember that very ugly moment of my life where they told me, sorry, but we have to unplug. That specific moment was undescribable. It's like there was no word that could describe my feelings at that point in time. And I cannot tell you what we went through emotionally, having 4 kids at home.
2 of them newborns.
2 of them newborns. We couldn't find a nurse to support. When we tell them 4 kids, no, thank you. It's like it's scary for them, especially the 2 of them are newborn. We went through hell, let's put it this way, but it was really tough to
And you were
handle.
telling me her brother's a doctor as well.
Her brother is a doctor in the same category as the pneumologist, and thank God he wasn't the one so he was always guiding, but because it was another hospital, so this is one of the good things that we were not in the other hospital, because he would have been treating her, and that would have been a big problem, in that area.
Yeah.
So one thing led to another, and they were like, okay, we lost hope, and she's not waking up. They tried all possible techniques, putting her on the front, on the back. She lost all her muscles, all her.
How long was she in the coma?
I can't remember the exact date, but I can tell you that this period was overall like plus or minus 40 days. Okay, so plus or minus, I cannot remember the exact.
But it's a long. Yeah, it's not 1 or 2 days, and it's not 6 months, but it's a long time.
Yes, it's a long time, and they told me, look, they tried, to pump her up with this, electric. It was a nightmare. It's a movie, It's that night. I drove back home, and I didn't know what to do. Like I was in the car.
Because they asked you to sign the paper, didn't they?
Yes, and I was like, okay, just give me some time to digest. I cannot do that. I've been into similar situations in my life before, and I just.
Do you want to share that as well?
It's gonna take a couple of hours
well, I know.
to dig into details, but let me tell you that I've been through similar situations in my life where I lost very dear people, and it was the same pattern, the same process, the same things, the same. So I was like, please God, not again. Don't put me in that situation, because I don't know what to do. I'm just lost. I was at a very friction of, just losing it all, losing my faith, losing my. I was with my faith. I was good enough at that time, but with everything that was happening, I was like, okay, no other person on the map.
Yeah.
Like, got the wrong address, So I parked the car. I'm gonna go into some details. Like, I was parking the car. Somebody took my place. That person would never take anybody's place. Like, what did you took my place in the parking in the building? So, but these are important details, because so I had to park the car between the 2 buildings, and just next to a certain wall. And when I was just getting out of the car and thinking, like, okay, guys, what do I do? What do I tell them? I tell them, I don't tell them. What about her parents? What about the kids? The kids are waking up every night, especially the older ones, asking me about her. I don't have an answer. I'm thinking, like 3 billion thoughts and ideas in a second. And then I look at the car and I see fire getting out of the car. I was like, seriously? And then I was like, really? It's like I can see a flame.
A flame
getting out. And I had a fairly new car. So like, if anything happens, you can see it on the dashboard. So it's like, what's happening? So, in my thoughts, I was like, okay, would I get the fire extinguisher from the car, or do I go home? What if something happens? I was like, come on, Jad, just don't go that. And I don't know. And everything is in the car, like our bags, our laptops, our mobiles, our keys, because we were delivering. So everything was in the car seats, and then I get out, and in 3 seconds, the car just blew. The fire was like, I don't know how many meters long. So if I stayed just 2 seconds in the car, I would have been
Yeah, you'd have gone with it.
Literally like to ashes. The car, I can share some maybe later on the comments, some videos or pictures to see.
Yes, please do, because
It
we
was
can put
really,
it with the YouTube. Yeah.
it melted. The car melted. There was nothing in the car. It was all black. If the car was parked in the same spot, it would have burned at least 13 to 14 cars. And the building has one exit just where I used to park. So we would have burned probably 8 apartments and suffocated 8 families. And my kids were in the first floor, just above the car.
Oh.
Talking about it is something, living it is something else. I was like, shouting, crying, moving the cars. I felt like, you're like, those Indian Bollywood, not even Hollywood. It was like, even the producer would say, come on, it doesn't work this way, So I was like fighting and moving the cars. And because if this one burns, the other one, and it was the middle of the night.
You mean you were calling people down to come and move their cars?
Exactly, and move the cars. Some of them would not respond. They would throw me the key. I would take the key, So it was really a nightmare. And but then the surprising part of it, Farah, was I felt good.
Immediately.
Amazing. I don't know what happened. I was from the inside, I felt relieved. I felt happy. I was smiling after a couple of minutes.
Yeah.
And, all the family members were like, he lost it.
Yeah, definitely.
I could see their body language, their eye contact. It was, I would like, look at him, just like, give him something, give him some medicine. He's surely lost it. Because if you just think of it for a second, my wife was declared almost dead. My kids, 4 kids at home. The car has burnt. All my belongings are in the car. I'm standing and I'm smiling.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, he's just...
Yeah, it's gone.
He's gone.
It, yeah.
But I still cannot explain what I felt. I felt happy. It's like it was the happiest moment in my life. I went to sleep, and again, everybody was like, okay, just get him to sleep. Give him something, take that pill. I was like, no, thank you. I'm really good. My message was, like a message came to me. It's like, this is a message from God. What matters is family, faith, and your health. But deep inside, I was like, okay, it's just a message. My wife is still there. I lost it. But this is what I felt. I slept. I woke up in the morning, and then my sister sent me a picture of Saint Cherbil engraved on the car.
She'd gone to the car to see it?
No. She sent me a picture, and the picture was, I told her, Jesse, please, what are you sending me? It's not the right time. I'm good. Don't worry about me. She's like, Jad, this is not from me. This is from your neighbor, the one that was parked. And that she was an old lady, so there's no way she would Photoshop or do something like that. The first thing that came to my mind, okay, get out to the balcony. I was like, I saw Saint Cherbil. I will put those in the comments. Engraved on the car.
On the roof of the car.
Yes. And it's a tough car. It's a Cherokee Jeep. It's like, it's not like a... It's like, okay. I went down to the car. My other sister, she lives also in Cyprus now, Rita. She's like, there is something in the car, like a red something in the car. Because everything's black.
Everything was black and like destroyed.
And then came the insurance expert who was... and he started shouting. It's like, why are they sending me to make a report? This is a total loss. Why are they sending me? I told them, look, please.
Yeah, I'm not in charge of that.
Do your report. Just put total loss, but don't give me a burden. Then I told them, you know what? Please, can you just check what is this red thing since you came? Because there is a red point. He came, he jumped in the car. I don't know why he did that. It was all black, all dirty. And he took out a rosary, which is intact. With all the, every single detail was still intact.
And
with
the string.
The colors.
I mean, it's on string. It's not on metal.
Nothing.
And that wasn't burned.
Nothing. At that point in time, I was like...
I mean, the seats are burnt. Everything was like destroyed. And the rosary with all its delicate material was...
intact. Until now...
You have it here, don't you?
Yes, I will. Until now, you can smell the smell of the fire. Until now, it's been 7 years. And it was like, okay, something is happening. Because it's not logical. And the expert was like, he started crying. And he's like, they didn't send me to make a report. They sent me to believe. In Arabic, it was, ما بعتوني تتمن, بعتوني تآمن. And okay, we looked at each other. We knew that there was something happening. The first thing I've done, I took the car. Automatically, I didn't go to the hospital. I was going to the hospital 4 times a day. You cannot imagine going to Hamra and this all the traffic and so on. I went straight to Saint Cherbil. I cried. I prayed. I called the hospital and they tell me that she woke up.
Oh.
It's like, okay, something is happening. To cut it short, because I can go forever on the story. There are a lot of emotional, spiritual, family, etc. details. But just to cut it short, Nadine is fully awake. She fully recovered. They told me she will lose, even if she makes it, she will lose her memory. She will lose her capability to walk. She's driving the car with the 4 kids every day.
Power mommy.
She's super mom, and she's working. She handles our administrative work at Expand. She was born again. I was born again, and our faith was not even born, but I don't know. Faith now is part of our daily life.
Reignited, maybe, yeah.
And I can tell you that this story is not about me. It's not about her. It's not about what happened. It's a reminder that there is a much bigger power. No matter what your religion is, no matter what your faith is, no matter what your experience is, there is something much, much, much bigger than us living inside of us, but we don't know that. It's like when you're thirsty and you look for water and you forget that you have a fountain just in the back of your house, or we have the fountain inside, and the second you realize that and you discover that, you look at life in a totally different perspective. Everything becomes easy. Challenges will always be there, but you look at them from a different angle. You treat them with a different angle. You explore life in a different angle. And that force that used to push me or stop me or guide me, technically, that's the Holy Spirit. And by the way, Holy Spirit is not only in Christianity. But from my angle, okay, it happened to me from a Christian angle. And I highly believe that I don't want to take this into a religious path, but that's my experience. I have all the technical proofs, not to change anybody's conviction, just to share my joy and belief that
your journey,
my journey. And I hope and I wish that every single person would experience something out of that, because it's not my power. It's not I've done nothing. I was just the messenger.
Yeah, and you're sharing the message, which is so important.
Yes, and I can go forever on the details, but just to tell people that I do believe that 3 things in life are essentials to succeed in anything. There used to be other priorities, but for me now, 1 is faith. Faith in God, faith in yourself, faith in what you do, faith in that belief system. 2 it's technically the planning. You have to plan and do your part anyway. And 3, which is where the biggest problem is the discipline to get things done. But if you have the faith, the planning, and the discipline, nothing on earth can stop you. Nothing. This becomes a reality. Like, you do your part. Now, what happens is not in your hand. But what is in your hand is to believe, to plan, and to work hard with the full discipline to get things done. And this was really a life-changing, big turning point to me, to all the people that know me. In a summary, that's...
Thank you so much for sharing.
Sure.
You've told me other details. We could go into this more, but I think it's enough to let people listen in a reasonable time and just know that there's hope. And yeah, I loved it. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you for the opportunity to share it as well, because...
My dear, I ask everyone this. What's your favorite quote?
Generally speaking, it's dream big, plan smart, work hard.
I like that.
And I used to like another one, but now I'm usually my favorite one is slow and steady wins the race, because everybody wants to go fast, and but slow and steady wins the race. But I was always pushing myself not to dream big, because with everything that's happening, you start getting the limiting beliefs and you cannot do it, etc. But I would say if we all dream big, if we plan smart, because the problem is, you cannot imagine, Farah, how many people think that they are planning, but they do not plan. They don't. When they tell me the planning is, that's not a plan. These are thoughts, ideas, brainstorming. The plan is a written plan. And then again, work hard, because nothing is going to happen by chance or by coincidence. We have to work big time. So, yeah.
I love that. Right. Last question. It's not from me. This is from our team. So pick anyone you want. And
I picked 2 or 1. Okay,
I think that's 1. Yeah. What did you get?
What's a mistake you've made in your career that taught you an important lesson? By George Stilano. Hi, George.
Hi, George. He's our financial controller.
Okay. Can I think a little bit?
I know. It's a tough one, huh?
It's a tough one.
I love that you got that. It's amazing how on this podcast, like, people pick, maybe they're into food and they pick one about food, or maybe they're into fashion and they pick something on. It's crazy. Yeah. You picked one on business.
Look, one mistake that I've done in my career was to pick the wrong partners at some point in time.
Okay, but that's valuable lesson.
Yes, that's a super valuable lesson, and it taught me a lot, because of that, I thank them, and I thank God that I've been into that situation, because since that moment, I learned law. I learned, because to be able to solve the problem, I had to read the bylaws of the company. I had to read the laws of the country. I had to read, I had to pick into the financials. I was meeting the auditor, the financial controller, to understand, because for me, it was like, okay, you have the passion, go to work, just promote yourself, and you do business, that was me 25 years ago. So, but when I got to the wrong partners, they are great people, by the way.
Yes.
They are great people.
But when that's the thing, it's partners, not, wrong partners for that project at that time.
The wrong values. Different values, not the wrong way. They are great people. They have great values, but we were not aligned with the values and the purpose of the company. So everyone had a different agenda in their mind. All of them were good, but they were just not aligned. So we're all on the same bus, but everyone wants to go in a different direction. That's it. So they are still great people. They are still very good friends. But at that time, they were the wrong partners for that specific business. And I had to learn everything I know now came out of that wrong decision. So every mistake could be a good mistake if we know how to objectively, not emotionally, objectively look at it and go through the details to solve it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Amazing. Jade, thank you so much. It's been
Thank you.
amazing.
Thank you.
Definitely
you,
a lot to unpack from this and take home and keep with us always. So thank you so much for sharing and being raw and authentic.
Thank you. Thank you for your activities. You inspire us as well. With all your activities, with everything you're doing, your speaking agreements, your the hotel, the podcast, the Farah Club. I'm proud member as well. So really, you bring joy. Your name is a brand by itself. You bring joy to the island.
That's why I called the club that, because it is about joy and happiness and well-being as that.
Yes, yes. And by the way, my wife's family name is Farah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so just...
So she brings joy as well. That's so nice.
Definitely. So, and that's what we need. We need faith and we need joy. So anything else is just a detail.
Yeah. Thank you.
Wonderful. Thank you, Farah.
Thank you for listening, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button because it helps us more than you may realize. If you are planning on coming to visit us at St. Raphael Resort and Marina, feel free to email our reservations team quoting Hotel Talk and receive an exclusive offer just for you. We look forward to seeing you soon, hearing your feedback about our show, and producing many, many more interesting episodes just for you, our listener, and our valued guest in mind. Thank you so much, and take care.